Come on, Candace, don't
There's
hold
a
your
lot
tongue.
of different psychological needs and reasons why people would want to come and work with professional sex worker.
Sure. Candace, it seemed like maybe you had something
I think
on
it's the
this.
most outrageous thing I've ever heard.
Talk to me.
It's so in the realm of like dragons and mythological creatures that it's hard to respond to. The idea that she's saving marriages, it's just.
You're in disbelief.
I'm actually in utter
belief.
disbelief that she is saving marriages.
Here's another example.
Sure.
Okay.
So like, and this has been, there's multiple clients that do this.
You know what? There is one thing to say about that. I wish that she would have like data to put like, hey, this client came to me this time and 5 years later his marriage is actually better than what it was 5 years before. Or this client came here in 2013 and now in 2020 he's happily still in his marriage with kids now, etc. If she had the data to back up her shit, bro, I bet you this would be a much better conversation, because then she'll be a lot more aggressive in saying, no, I actually do. Here, I've saved all the clients that came to me. I've saved, 20% of their marriages and this and then that, etc. And out of those clients, I've maybe harmed maybe 5% of their marriages. So I'm actually helping the world when it comes to marriage versus hurting it. I wish she had those stats, because then we'll be juicy right now.
Where the wife will not have sex anymore. She went and said, look, when they were courting each other, she was down for sex. She was a sexual person. She was all about it. Then let's fast forward, they're married. We're married now, contract solidified. I don't want to have sex anymore. Ew,
Whoa.
Oral sex is gross. Oh, that's demeaning if you're asking me to do that.
So you're not saving marriages, you're helping people to keep up a farce that they are in a marriage. Because at the very moment that you let someone else into your marriage, it's no longer a marriage.
No.
Yeah.
And
These
guys will
women,
come in.
women have turned around and
go.
said, I
Let's
will
go.
allow you to see a professional.
So they are not in a marriage. That's the
Well,
point.
they're
As soon as
married,
you
Or
let
some of
your
their
spouse
wives are like
out.
dying from
Catfight.
cancer and this, that, and the other. And
If I'm dying from cancer and my
somebody
husband
sleeps
goes
with
to
somebody
sleep with
else,
somebody, I swear to God.
and their
There are
husbands,
wives
their
that are-
wives
Wait,
are
guys,
the
one
ones
at a
that
time.
come.
Hold on, just one at a time.
Go.
Please.
Getting juicy.
Candace, were you...
I just would like to make the point that at the very moment that you loan your spouse out, especially if you're dying of cancer, so that they can get off, you're no longer in a marriage. So it's just a farce. It's like it's a comical. You're pretending for people that you're in a marriage, that you're in a loving relationship.
Candace.
That's not what
I
a marriage
disagree.
is. So to say that I help marriages, no, you help destroy marriages, and they can go out and say that we're still married because what we've done is we've essentially said, you take care of this aspect of the marriage. It's like saying you raise the kids, you have sex with him. This isn't a marriage. It's the whole thing is fake, right?
No, Candace, I disagree. You actually put yourself in a bad predicament by putting yourself and saying an analogy that is actually false, right? You said taking care of the kids. Guess what? A lot of marriages have nannies. A lot of marriages that have money, I should say, have nannies, and they take care of the kids. Is that no longer a marriage because the kids' nurturing aspect is taken care of by someone else outside of the marriage? Or there could be other situations and other predicaments when it comes to marriage, etc. So just like this sex worker is just saying, hey, the sex part of the marriage, maybe they have a good relationship and have fun, which I doubt. Don't. I'm not capping. I don't cap on this show. I don't give a fuck. They probably don't have no good fucking shit. But let's say they have a good, but sex part is bad, and they outsource the sex part. Outsource the sex part is crazy. They outsource the sex part. It's the same shit. So you can't put yourself in that predicament and say that analogy in actuality that you wouldn't consider yourself not in a marriage if you hired a nanny to raise your kids.
What do you
Go
think
ahead.
that they should
I'll bring you
do?
in next.
What do you think that
They should work on their
circumstances-
marriage together. The union between a husband and a wife should work on their marriage together to fix it. You don't bring out an outside person to sleep with your husband
But
or
if
your
she's
wife.
saying, I'm not down for sex,
Then she
I
might be
want
down
you
for a
to- I want to
divorce.
outsource the sex.
What if she's
I
going to
want
die
you to
from
go to
cancer
this
and
professional.
she
One sec.
wanted him and she allowed him to do that because he needed to get off some way or shape?
While she was dying of cancer, one of the last things on her mind was,
This is a real life. This is a
Well,
real
he
life.
shouldn't want
This is a
to.
real life. Yeah, this
Scenario.
was a real. I'm
Yeah,
asking
she's
you.
dumb.
And is that what he told you?
This, yeah.
That
So
his wife that's dying of cancer wanted him to come have sex with you?
not with me. This is from what I've heard. Yes.
Somebody told you
Right.
that there's that as a dying wish. My
Yes.
dying
So
wife
how would
said,
you
please
want
go
that?
have sex with a prostitute.
I saw it
at a
on
brothel."
TikTok.
I'm just going to call bullshit on that altogether.
No,
I just don't
because
think
it does
when you're dying
happen.
of
It
cancer,
happens.
going through leukemia.
People will literally bring their guys here.
Please
Okay.
bring them on the
Okay.
podcast.
I just want to
Essie,
say
go ahead.
that okay,
Absurd
it's
scenario I've ever heard in my life.
there's
a lot of crazy shit has
there's
been asked
marriage
for at
counseling
brothels.
where they can take you
Men
through
just
sex
change.
therapy where you don't have to sleep with somebody else. If it's about a woman not wanting to have sex anymore, what's the underlying reason? Are her hormones messed up so she's not wanting to be sexually active? Is there not enough foreplay? When
She's useless. Kick her ass to the curb and get her another one. Now, if you're rich, I hope you got a prenup, but you need to get rid of that bitch. I don't understand you should have long time got rid of that bitch. If she told me so, hey, now that we're married, I don't want to have sex no more. Oh yeah, you got to go. The door is right here. Fucking don't hit the don't let it hit your ass on the way out.
when they're having sex, like there's other avenues you can take for
Yeah, there's,
sex
like,
therapy.
normal couples counselors.
Yes.
Real couples
like,
counseling,
regular.
where you try to solve the problem and you
Yeah.
release it, and you don't just source it out to a prostitute.
Go ahead.
The cancer thing is crazy.
It's just the most absurd.
The cancer thing is
He lied.
crazy.
He lied.
But
Yeah, I would say he
outside of
probably
that,
lied.
I don't think that it's up to any of us what constitutes a marriage because every relationship is different.
No. You actually been having some good takes tonight, so I'm gonna let you off the hook by not saying name calls. But you're wrong. Marriage comes from somewhere, so obviously it has some stipulations to what it is. That's just a dumb statement to make. That's like saying, hey, oh, we can't say what a relationship is because blah, 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 blah. Relationships come from somewhere. Girlfriend, boyfriend come from somewhere. Husband and wife come from somewhere. I don't know what Muslims call each other. I think is it still Muslim, a husband and wife, or marriage? I don't know if it's the same terminology, but I'm guessing that comes from somewhere, and there are certain rules and regulations and boundaries that you set for those particular things and situations that if you go outside of that, it's a different situation. What the fuck? That's just a dumb statement she just made.
Bible.
If a husband, okay, but
These words
if you're
have
not,
meaning.
Not,
But
everyone is
everybody is-
religious.
not
Well,
everybody
wait, hold on. Is
Like
that a
saying,
cross
It
necklace?
doesn't constitute,
Yeah,
like, what do you,
Wait,
yeah.
okay, really quick.
Not everybody's
Since
religious.
we're talking about religion, really quick. Okay,
Brian,
you have a
Brian, you derailing the whole shit because they about to get into it because that was a very good segue to what Candace was about to get into that ass. No cap.
cross necklace, but then your shirt says "Made in Hell."
Yes,
Can
it
you?
does.
I'm a little confused.
Ironic,
Can you?
I mean,
I'm a little confused.
the stone is red, so it matched,
Why are you wearing a cross
Are
on
you
your
color coordinating with your necklace?
because I don't see a cross as religious, so
neck? Okay.
I
Just
thought
like
the
you
necklace
don't
was
see a
cute.
marriage as religious. So, these
I don't
words
think that
they
a
don't
marriage-
have meaning. This is why it's like we're at a stage where people are like, what is a woman?
Talk to the mic, Candace.
We're going to call it a marriage, but we're going to sleep with other people. We're going to bring in prostitutes. We're going to outsource raising the kids, or we're never going to have kids. You're calling it a family. It's not a family, and this is what it is. The words have no meaning, right?
Yeah.
I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay, well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
you think that.
That's what you think.
Wait.
It's
That's
been
what you
proven.
think.
So why
It's
are
been
you wearing the
proven.
cross?
And sex
Because I think it's
worker
cute.
is
You
a
You just think
more
that the design is cute.
Yeah.
better term.
Wait, really
I
quick.
grew up
Hold on.
Catholic.
than
I was religious, and I'm not
prostitution
anymore. I
being
don't have to
called-
believe in what you believe, and I can say that.
Ooh,
if-
I didn't say you had to. I asked you a question.
But
I
you're
said, why are
telling
you
me,
wearing the cross?
Okay, and you're saying that the religious aspect of marriage is
Let's
the only thing
go.
that matters. It's not, because people don't follow what you believe.
Okay, I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
glad we
do.
got an answer. She's wearing the cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
I do.
Would
I'm
you
not religious.
also wear like a Star of David?
It's cute.
As
Well,
like
because-
if it was cute, would you wear
Well,
it?
okay, well, I
just
don't know
mean like
where we're going
I'm
with this
asking that
show.
because I wonder
Well,
like
I
my
have-
guess is that you would think that
gotta talk.
maybe you wouldn't wear a Star of David because you're like, oh, this is maybe like disrespectful to people who are.
Are you making the
Jewish.
argument? Maybe. I mean.
No, I'm just.
The secular.
it's a very good question.
I'm just saying.
Devil's advocate here. Secular argument. Someone might just say that the cross is just maybe it's more aesthetically pleasing even for an atheist. I don't know.
Sure,
I
but
don't know.
liberals
Okay,
are all about
look.
like having
Would you wear, like,
respect
a
and
yarmulke 'cause
tolerance.
it's,
So
like,
I'm
cute?
just like wondering if you
I'm
think
asking.
it's.
Would you wear a yarmulke?
Oh,
I think those are
Candace.
very
Oh, are you
different
talking
things.
like
Yeah,
class?
yeah.
Cross
I'm saying-
different from the
I'm-
yarmulke.
I'm just.
I mean, I was
asking-
raised Catholic, and that's just
she's
what
Would you wear it
sassy
on
right now.
yarmulke if you thought it was cute?
No.
I like sassy Candace. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Hey, I'm here for this entertainment right now. Let's get it. Let's go.
I wouldn't wear. I mean, a yarmulke is completely different than
No,
a cross
it's-
that's been
it's
adapted
not.
into
They're
a culture. You can
symbols
buy a
of,
cross
like, a
necklace anywhere.
There's symbols of a
Okay,
religious.
the argument of why it's different basically would come down to like how Catholicism has been practiced versus Judaism, in the sense that like Catholics did use the cross symbol, tried to place like an indigenous populations, tried to spread it as much as possible. And that's why in modern day, a lot of people think that's like more okay, because it was meant to be popularized. It was meant to be a symbol that the masses should look up to and should see in general, versus Jewish symbols.
Okay.
I would argue didn't go through that.
I think we're kind of derailing a little bit.
Yeah.
You wanted to come in. Go ahead.
Yes. So back to the interesting brothel stories. I wanted to say we do actually have
She there
men
for
coming
attention.
in with their parents. Yeah, this actually
their
happened.
wives.
Wait.
So I had a time where a
Come on.
guy came in with both his parents all the way from England to come to the Mustang Ranch because he wanted to lose his virginity.
Wait, is this
And
really
his
where we left
parents-
off? I'm
And-
just not following.
And his parents
the relation to our
paid
previous.
for him to have sex with legal prostitutes.
Hurrah!
I want your stance on that because
And-
what's your stance
and
on
I
that?
would- and if I may,
And wait, can I
nowadays,
just say
like,
that
we-
for me,
we
I
usually
enjoyed the
call it
experience.
Bro,
sex
one
workers,
mic.
not prostitutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
actually-
I'm
she
sorry.
said,
Wait,
she
wait,
said
wait.
prostitute.
Yeah, it's because
Okay.
they keep.
Wait,
But
did
it's
I-
because they keep.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
just-
Yeah, you said
usually
prostitute
sex
beginning of the
Yes, this
worker,
one.
prostitutes a
Is
little
it
bit more
question? Is it
demeaning.
like a?
Oh my God. You see what I mean? They try to change the language of words to fit their narrative. No, language should actually describe the word. It shouldn't. This is killing me, bro. This is killing me. Oh, we're not prostitutes. We're freelancers. We're not freelancers. We're covenant. What they say earlier? There's some bullshit of some. I don't know what the fuck they said earlier. Bitch, you fuck for money. That's all it boils down to. You fuck for money. You're a fucking hooker. You're a fucking prostitute. That's all it is. Who cares? Get over it. It is what it is. For you to say it as demeaning, bitch, shut up. It is what it is. It's the same meaning. Oh, I'm a sex worker. I'm a prostitute. It's the same shit. You fuck for money. That's it. I don't understand this shit. God damn. I don't. Bro. Let's continue on.
Is
Well,
it,
she said that at the
is
beginning
it
of the
offensive?
show.
Legal
Yeah,
prostitute.
She said legal prostitute.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anybody. Is
No, fuck that.
prostitute
Offend
like
them,
a
motherfucker.
It's old
offensive-
school. It's still on the books, like on Nevada's books. But like,
Is she the fucking the person for prostitute or sex worker? Do they have her photo as a fucking sex worker of the month at the top of the goddamn shit? What the fuck is she talking about? Is she the spokesperson for this shit? Bitch, shut up. You fuck for money. Okay, we get it. We got it.
the
what's the
hipper
desire?
way to say it is
Shit.
sex worker.
But here's the
these
thing
days.
with sex workers.
Personally,
that can
me, you can call me a legal prostitute.
Yeah, she
I
said
got
it.
you. But the thing with the term sex
Candace
worker
face
is
is killing
that
me,
is
bro.
such a broad. It includes strippers. It includes women who take lingerie photos who aren't naked. Wait, question. Is stewardess okay? Because you're a flight attendant, so I'm just curious.
It's not the term that we
Would you be
prefer.
offended if someone referred to you as a stewardess?
No,
You get any
older people do all the time.
doesn't bother you?
No.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure since we're
Yeah.
okay.
It's not a big deal.
Earlier it was like talked about like how, you know, sleeping or letting your husband or wife sleep with someone else is like irresponsible or it's not a marriage anymore. Like I'd be kind of curious of what you believe a responsible marriage is like. Or I understand that you have a religious view on marriage, but when I think about a marriage, I think like I could see somebody saying they're married if it's like completely romantic, like you're not allowed to do romance with anyone else. Like basically, what does a responsible marriage mean to you?
Marriage is not just a contract. Like it wasn't just like the government came up with a contract for people to get married. You know, the history of marriage, you can't separate that from the church. The problem is people are trying to make things cool and trying to update and make them modern. And now people are saying you can have a polygamous marriage and you can bring in other people on the outside of your marriage. What's the point of getting married? Literally, I'd like to ask the question: if you think that you can, if you want to marry somebody and then outsource the sex, you know, outsource the responsibility, outsource what the labor of love is actually supposed to be about, why?
I just thought of something while she's saying this real quick, and I'm sorry for pausing it, but bro, Brian might be a low-key genius that he puts certain people together in a certain place to where he doesn't have to carry the load of the conversation and the entertainment, right? So if you got Candace Owens, which is a very conservative, very, you know, that type of shit, and you got sex workers, obviously they're going to have some disagreements. I wonder if he didn't think about some fire shit, like having Candace Owens and fucking Lena the Plug and what's his name? Adam 22 and their dynamic of conversation and add in some, you know, some biddies in the back type shit. Bro, that would be fire. Like, so I hats off to that, broski. I give you that one. I give you that. You're a mastermind of putting the right people in the right places to where they have these conversations and these challenging ideas, etc. I like that. I like that.
Why not just stay single?
So you wouldn't do a threesome with your husband?
Absolutely not, because he's my husband.
Did you even have to ask that to get the
Well,
answer?
I mean, there's
Absolutely
married
not.
couples that want to have threesomes, and
you know
some
what
of
happens?
these ladies are
You
bi-curious.
should jump into those Reddit threads, because every single time that marriage ends in divorce, there's so many Reddit threads
No,
about.
they don't.
Oh,
And a lot of them
I have
actually do
regulars
really
of
well,
over 5
too.
years.
Okay.
And
There's
they're
some that
not
do really
divorced.
Do you
well.
believe
Well-
atheists can get married?
I think atheists get married because they want a tax break. I don't see the point in an atheist getting married. Why don't you just live with your partner, okay? Whoever it is that you're dating, you're at the stage you said, I don't know if you live with your boyfriend or whatever it is. Why take the next leap? If you're wearing crosses for fun and, you know.
I mean,
see,
if you're
Candace want
actually
the
asking
smoke.
a question,
She want
I mean,
the
because then
smoke.
I would just be pledging the fact that I would want to be with them forever.
But
I don't
you can just be with them forever. So what is it
Ooh.
that you
But-
crave that
Ooh.
when you want to get married? What's that next step for you? What does it mean?
Ooh.
What's the difference between dating and marriage?
because it's a commitment.
Is dating not a commitment?
Facts.
It's a commitment, but it's saying a
But
next
you're
step. It's
within-
solidifying it.
Okay, solidifying what? Because if
Solidifying
you're,
a bond between two people that love each other.
Okay, but what is solidified? If you can then jump into that next commitment, which is the exact same as dating, and you can sleep with other people and you can put topless photos on the internet, what are you getting married for? Pictures on Instagrams to say you did it?
I mean, I'm not sleeping with other people.
Talk.
What's the
but-
difference for you between dating and marriage?
I just told you it's a bond between two people. You're solidifying that by law. You're
How?
literally making it
Oh,
known.
by
I want
law.
to be with this
That's
person
so a
forever.
piece
It
of
isn't just
paper.
a simple breakup. Oh,
So
I
a
can
piece
go
of
and do whatever the
paper.
fuck I want and leave.
Candace,
It's a partnership.
come on.
It's a
Come
bond.
on,
it's
come on,
forever.
Candace.
But there's no difference between dating and
There
marriage
is a
other than the
difference.
idea in your head that it's a bond, because you're saying also.
But it's not an
that
idea in my head. It's on
Don't
paper.
let her talk over you, though.
Oh, okay,
Stop
it's
doing
paper.
that.
And that was the
But
point
it's
I was
not a
making.
but I'm
just
saying
a
it's
piece
not
of
a
paper.
tax break. It's a legal
And-
thing.
and I think
I'm
for people that are
connecting to
committed-
somebody for the rest of my life.
Yeah, well, I think for people that think about marriage and don't think about a cross as something funsy to wear, it's not a piece of paper. It is a union
love it.
between a man and a woman, a sacred union that should be protected from external forces. Definitely not something that you open up. How I would feel disgusting if my husband ever came to me and said, I want you to sleep with another man or sleep with another woman so that I can fill my sexual fetish. I mean, it's an utter perversion of what it means to be married, and it will lead to divorces. People that have this perspective will, and I'm not saying that if you don't do it, you won't get divorced
Yeah.
100%, but I do want to say that there is probably a reason that a lot of sex workers struggle to find people that want to marry.